How's it going, guys? It's Kraminox here with another awesome tutorial, and in this one I will be covering on how to get my top favorite plugins, how to use them, and especially where to get them. Now, first off, you are going to want to open Roblox Studio, and you should be familiar with this page. If not, it should tell you to sign in right here. Go ahead and do that, or if you didn't have an account, you could always go ahead and make one on the ROBLOX.com page. Now, once you are here, you should click on the Switch to Classic View button, big and bold. Then it should take you to the roblox.com/develop page. It's completely normal. Don't freak out or anything. And then you are going to want to click on Library right here. And then click on Plugins right here. So now you have all these lists of plugins. All of them work, by the way. If they didn't work, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't still be on here. Some of them are a little bugged out, but the ones I'm about to show you are completely normal. So first off, let's start with number one is Building Tools by F3X. Although I'm not a builder, I use this sometimes to edit stuff that I have, so let me reinstall it. You guys should, well, of course, if you already have it, you shouldn't reinstall it, but I'm gonna act like it's new to me. So you guys should be on this page right here, or not. Yeah, but it should be right here, but then except that it just should say install. Mine says reinstall because I already installed it before. So I'm gonna reinstall it. And now it's going to tell me, in order to actually for me to access it right here in the plugins menu, I should have to exit Roblox Studio and join back in again. But anyways, we are not going to do that just yet. We are going to download all the plugins that I'm going to show you. So number one is F3X Building Tools by F3X. Number two is the Model Resize plugin. This plugin will allow you to resize big or small models that you get from the toolbox or a friend's model. It's basic to use, but I'm gonna just cover on how to use it. So of course, reinstall. Alright, let's go back to our number 3, which should be, where is it? Sorry. It's on the front page, right here. Animation editor. I said I was gonna cover this in another video. The video before this was an animation editing video. If you don't know how to get it, here it is, and I'll show you guys how to use this one. But for further details, you should go to that video. So let's reinstall it. I don't have to reinstall it, but I'm just doing this for you guys. Alright, and then the fourth one, character animations. This is actually very cool, and you could also make these by the normal animation editor, but here's just a head start. If you really don't want to do it and you're pretty lazy, here's another one, Shift to Sprint. You could easily get this from the toolbox. I haven't installed it yet on this particular laptop, but I have it on my other desktop. So that's that. And the last one is a cutscene editor plugin. It's actually pretty awesome, since like if you have a showcase, you could use this cutscene editor to make the camera zoom around all the entire place. So it's just a nice thing to have. Alright. So now, once we have all this, I'm just going to reinstall it just for you guys. Alright. I'm going to exit. And then let's get into Roblox Studio again. Ignore that. So here's the menu you guys should have, the page that you should have once you open Roblox Studio. If not, you guys should have Explorer and Properties and Toolbox open. It might be in different parts of your screen, but this is just mine. And I always like to hide this since it gets in the way of my studio. So anyways, I'll just keep that open for you guys, just for a little, so you guys can see the plugins. Anyways, go ahead and open up a base plate. That's where all your plugins should start coming in. If you don't see them, that's fine. They will come in later, the next time you use it. But I will only be telling you guys how to use the one that's up here. These are basically the main ones. So, let's start with the model resize plugin. See this tree right here? If we're creating a game for dinosaurs and or stuff, we might want this tree to become a bit bigger, but we don't want to take each part by parts and resize it to make it bigger. So we use this this model resize plugin, and we just drag this orange part up, and as you can see, it gets bigger. Sometimes it glitches out, but that's fine. Alright, let's try again. There you go. Much better. So that's pretty big, but again, in NPC form, here's a normal player. That's pretty big for him. So remember, if you are, oh yeah, and it might mess up the parts right here. Like, it might change the parts of locations, but that's just a tiny bug. And if your dinosaur is that big, you won't notice it. So that's fine. And do not try to use trees this big in your game unless you're creating a person going back in time or something. But otherwise, that's fine. That's how to use it, and I'll demonstrate it with another item too. Okay. To take it off, like as you can see, every time you click on a model, of course it's gonna show that orange thing again. But to take it off, all you gotta do is just click on this toggle handles button right there, and then now when you click on it, it's gone. Now let's say you are trying to work on a sword. So you start off big. Let's just say huge sword. Hopefully this is huge. That is not huge at all. Alright, that's pretty big. See, let's say I was working on this horribly built sword, and then now I'm done, and I finally want to release it to the world. But then of course a player won't want to hold it that big. It might mess up how he moves or anything, or it might even look weird on him. Nobody wants a sword that big. But to resize it, all you gotta do is just click on the toggle handles button and make it to the size of a normal sword. Well, how do you know if it's a normal sword? All you gotta do is just type in linked sword. Like that. And that's the size of a normal sword. So let's zoom in. That's still pretty big compared to this tiny little sword we have down there. So we are going to click on toggle handles again. Then we are going to drag this top part down and down. Okay, that's fine. Let's Control 2. That's how I did that. That's how I enabled the Move GUI. But every time you move the sword without actually clicking on it, it will leave the orange parts where they are. So you have to click on it, then click on it again, and it'll be back in place. So, alright, I'm back. Sorry for the inconvenience. But anyways, as you can see, this sword is a bit similar to this linked sword we have right here. That's about right. So we are just going to keep that. And again, I don't need none of these items, but those were just for example. Now I'm going to show you how to use the building tools by F3X. So of course, click on it, and you should have this menu. I'll tell you what each one does. This one moves the item. What this particular building tool does is that it gets each little part, even if it's linked as a model, it won't care. So in order to move a model, you're going to have to click Control 2, or you could come to this model place and just click the move button right there. But let's say a bus. Whoops, a bus. And then we want to change the colors of this bus. This is actually realistic. But anyways, we want to change the colors of the school bus we have right here. So we are just going to click on this building tools by F3X, and it has shortcuts. For example, to move you click Z. For scale you press X, and C for rotating, and V. It's just right here. I'm not going to go through each one of them, but anyways, let's start with making this black. So we're going to select on it. You could either change the color from the properties, or once you click on it, you could press on V and then choose your colors from right here. This, I would recommend using properties for changing the colors because it has more precise ones and has way more than the ones that F3X provides for you. So that's one. To anchor the tool is, for example, well, oh yeah, it also does that. Every time you click somewhere, it just changes it. Now I really messed up the school bus. Looks like an invaded school bus in a peril town. I don't care. But anyways, what anchor does is it makes sure it stays in place. For the wheels, for example, this isn't anchored, or else it wouldn't be able to move the car or the bus. So we're gonna anchor it just because I don't want it to move, and then we're gonna click on it like that, and then press on anchored. You should see that it also changed in this checkbox has also been checked. If you don't see that checkbox, you should be up here, so just scroll down and you should see, and if that is checked, that means it's anchored. To unanchor, just press on unanchor, and it should unanchor. Now the texture tool will let you add a decal. You are going to enter the image ID. I don't have an image ID right now, and you are going to have to change the transparency and what side it is. That's easy. So let's go into H. This will let you add a mesh. You have all this, or you could choose from a file. It's not really a file, it's just a file from Roblox. So I don't have much more time, so you guys could figure out the rest by yourself. It's pretty easy actually. If you are a builder, I recommend using this tool. A lot of builders use it. But anyways, nobody actually uses it. People use it, I mean, but it used to be a way, like how developers contribute in at one time when Team Create didn't come out. But anyways, let's get to the next one called Cutscene Editor right here. So since the bus is all we have right here, that's what we are going to do. So let's press capture camera position, and this will just let you edit it. So we're gonna start like this, and then I want it to be, yeah, like that. It's gonna take, this is how long it will stay on the screen. I want it for 0.1 seconds. Press done, and then make a new cutscene. New cutscene. No, wait, don't click on that. Say capture position again, but you're gonna make it zoom out a bit this time and fix that angle a little bit, and then make it like that. Alright, that's fine. Anyway, I'm just gonna move right here. This is just going to jerk over here, but that's fine. Alright, that's just fine. So we are going, alright, I'll just say 2.5, and we're gonna say preview cutscene. So let's click on that. Oh wait, save it first. I'm gonna save it. This thing is a bit laggy if it's not for your kind of laptop. And again, I'm using a trashy laptop at the moment, so. But anyways, you would click preview cutscene, and there you would have it. It's pretty easy actually. So, alright, here it is. That's all. I'm a horrible editor, but if you're a good editor, I bet you can make something awesome with this, especially if you have some pretty awesome builds already. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and as well, hit that like button and share it with your friends. That's all for now, and overall, stay rising.